Hey everyone, it's me, Matt again. I'm back. Bit of a different video experience today. My camera is not working for some reason. So I'm just gonna do a little audio review and hopefully I can add some nice spices to it in editing. But today the film I will be reviewing is Annihilation, which is the latest science fiction horror genre movie from Alex Garland. Uh, Personally, I'm a big fan of Garland. He directed Ex Machina and wrote that, which was one of my favorite films of 2015. And he's also written a lot of great science fiction genre movies over the past couple of years. He wrote Dread. He wrote 28 Days Later. He wrote Sunshine. So he's definitely a veteran in this field, and I think he's making this interesting transition to making more dynamic science fiction movies, you could say. They're definitely more layered and interesting. With his latest Annihilation, we follow a biologist played by Natalie Portman who signs up for a dangerous secret expedition where the laws of nature don't apply. And she signs up for this because her husband, played by Oscar Isaac, went in and then came back, but he did not come back the same. So I've seen an interesting dissection of opinions of this movie. Critics, for the most part, have really enjoyed it. I think it's hovering around an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes. But I think audiences have been a bit more divided. And I can kind of see both perspectives. Where I land, I think, is somewhere in the middle. I did really enjoy this movie. I want to start off with that off the top. I love the way Alex Garland directs. His movies are very quiet. They're very still. He's not the most dynamic director. There's not a lot of movement in his shots, but I love the way he develops atmosphere because with the quietness and the stillness, you really get that sense of discomfort. And I think the movie does a very good job of giving you some shadings of what's going to happen and then going in a completely different direction than you expect and constantly surprising its audience and constantly one-upping itself with some audacious plot twists. I mean, the ending of this movie, it's definitely gonna polarize people. It's definitely gonna make people go like, "What the fuck is going on?" But that's really something exciting to see, and it's something we really don't see in enough mainstream movies these days. And from a genre aspect, I think Alex Garland did a fantastic job. Like this movie to me, I think it echoes a lot of what It Comes at Night was. It's a genre movie made with a lot more prestige and a lot more stillness. And for that reason, I think people have judged the movie differently. I think a lot of people who are coming out and saying it's not as good are looking at it because of how well it's made. You expect more. You expect something thematically to be great, and I don't think this movie nails it thematically. I'll say that off the top. There's some interesting ideas about destruction and rebirth, and you talk about nature, you can talk about cancer. There's a variety of different kind of aspects of life you can talk about that this movie tries to address thematically. I just don't think it all came together, and I think it does miss a bit of the human element. The movie doesn't, when it's trying to hit you with that punch at the end, it doesn't quite land as effectively because you really hadn't grown to like these characters as much. The movie is very inherently very cold, but it still doesn't really give us enough characterization, especially with Portman's character, Oscar Isaacs, or Jason Lee, who plays the doctor. It just doesn't give you enough there to really be invested to care. And thematically, the themes I don't think are as rich as Garland thinks, so that it doesn't work as well in that sense. So those are some aspects where the movie doesn't work. But let me tell you, as a genre movie, this movie really works at points. And there's some of the most unsettling imagery I've seen in a horror movie in years. I think Garland definitely goes out there. He doesn't play it safe. He doesn't hold back any punches. He shows us some shocking, grisly imagery that I think will stick with viewers long after seeing the movie. I mean, I saw it last night, and there was a kid in the showing, which before the movie, I'm like, all right, I'm curious to see how this goes. And I stepped out for a second, went back in the theater, and I saw the kid leaving in tears, and he was like, I thought I could handle it. And I was like, yeah, this is not a movie for kids. This is definitely an adult, R-rated movie, and it doesn't. It plays up to that. It doesn't act. It's not dumb. Characters aren't doing stupid shit, and I liked seeing that as well in a movie. So my thoughts on Annihilation, it's definitely a very accomplished movie, very well made. I think thematically, and just in general with Garland's script, I don't think he quite nailed all of his ambition, but I had a great time seeing him try to, because just how good of a craftsman he is. And I feel like people who are being harsh to this movie, I get it. It doesn't quite nail it thematically, but you can't just completely dissuade how great this craftsmanship is. How stellar of a job he does at building atmosphere and building mystery, and just I thought the performances all around were pretty good, and I'd probably give Annihilation a 7.5 out of 10. It definitely is the kind of movie that will divide audiences, but I think people should have that experience. And for me, it's a movie that after seeing it, I said, I want to go see it again. And I might go see it again. And, I might feel differently one way or the other. I might like it a lot more. I might just dislike it entirely. But I hope you check it out, especially I know with Black Panther being out, it might not be quite on people's radars, but I think people will like it if they give it a chance. So there you have it, my review of Annihilation. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.